In the heart of a dense forest, I embarked on a solo hiking expedition, seeking solace and adventure amidst nature's embrace. Little did I know that my journey would take a sinister turn, as the supernatural forces lurking within the woods awakened to toy with my very existence. The trail led me deeper into the wilderness, the foliage growing thicker and the air heavy with an unnatural stillness. An ominous presence hung in the atmosphere, a feeling that eyes unseen watched my every step. But curiosity pushed me forward, as if drawn by an invisible thread. As twilight bathed the forest in an ethereal glow, I reached a clearing surrounded by ancient trees. An unnatural mist swirled, its tendrils curling and twisting in eerie patterns. Unease settled in my bones, but a strange fascination compelled me to enter the mist-shrouded realm. With each step, the air grew colder, and whispers carried by the wind reached my ears, their voices laden with sorrow and desperation. Shadows danced and elongated, taking on monstrous forms that sent shivers down my spine. A sense of being watched intensified, raising the hairs on the back of my neck. An invisible force seemed to guide me deeper into the supernatural labyrinth. Trees morphed into twisted figures, reaching out as if to snatch me away. The forest itself seemed alive, its branches hissing and slithering, as if possessed by unseen entities. In the heart of the woods, I stumbled upon an ancient shrine, its stones weathered by time and neglect. Symbols etched upon its surface pulsated with an otherworldly energy. A foreboding aura emanated from the shrine, warning of the supernatural powers that lay dormant. As the moon reached its zenith, an eerie transformation swept over the forest. The trees moaned, their branches contorting into grotesque shapes. Whispers grew into haunting chants, echoing through the night, summoning forces beyond mortal comprehension. In a moment of inexplicable dread, the very ground beneath me trembled, cracking open to reveal a dark abyss. From its depths, figures emerged, twisted apparitions, their eyes glowing with an unholy light. Their chilling wails reverberated through my core, freezing me in place. Driven by sheer instinct, I fled, stumbling through the forest, branches slashing at my skin. The supernatural entities pursued relentlessly, their presence a suffocating weight upon my shoulders. Panic consumed me, threatening to consume my sanity. In a desperate bid for survival, I stumbled upon an ancient stone circle hidden within the woods. Desperate, I sought the protection of its mystical energy. As I stepped within the circle's sacred boundary, the pursuing entities recoiled, unable to breach the barrier. Exhausted and shaken, I emerged from the cursed woods, forever marked by the supernatural encounter. The memory of that fateful hike would forever haunt my dreams, a reminder that some realms should remain untouched by mortal curiosity. For those who dare to venture into the heart of the forest, beware the cursed trails, for they are home to ancient forces that hunger for mortal souls. The supernatural elements that reside within those woods yearn to entangle unsuspecting hikers in their web of darkness, forever altering their lives or perhaps claiming them for eternity. In the company of my adventurous friends, we embarked on a hiking expedition to explore the mysteries of an isolated mountain range. Little did we know that our journey would lead us into a realm of unexplained phenomena and test the limits of our courage. The trail meandered through rugged terrain, ascending ever higher into the mist-shrouded peaks. The air grew colder, and an eerie silence settled around us, broken only by the crunch of our footsteps on the rocky path. It was as if the mountain itself held its breath, awaiting our arrival. As we pressed on, a dense mist engulfed the landscape, obscuring our visibility and distorting the familiar contours of the trail. Unease crept into our hearts, the mist playing tricks on our senses. Whispers carried by the wind reached our ears, their origin impossible to discern. With each step, the world around us seemed to shift, as if we had entered a parallel reality. Shadows danced and twisted, taking on sinister forms that sent shivers down our spines. The atmosphere grew heavy with an otherworldly presence, and our nerves were stretched thin. Strange occurrences plagued our journey. Objects moved of their own accord, as if manipulated by unseen hands. Disembodied voices echoed through the mist, their words a haunting chorus that chilled us to the core. Fear tightened its grip on our group, yet we pressed forward, determined to uncover the secrets hidden within the mist. Time lost its meaning as we became entangled in the ethereal realm. The boundaries between the living and the supernatural blurred, leaving us in a state of perpetual unease. Whispers seemed to emanate from the mist itself, their words dripping with malevolence. Nightfall descended, cloaking the mountains in impenetrable darkness. We huddled together, our flashlights casting feeble beams that barely pierced the obscurity. The air grew thick with anticipation, as if something sinister lurked just beyond our limited sight. A bone-chilling howl echoed through the night, freezing us in our tracks. The very ground trembled beneath us as unseen forces toyed with our senses. Panic threatened to consume us, but we clung to each other, our bond serving as a flickering flame of hope. With the first light of dawn, the mist began to dissipate, revealing a landscape transformed by our nightmarish journey. Exhausted and haunted by the experience, we stumbled back along the trail, forever marked by the mysteries we had encountered. Though the memories of that haunting hiking expedition would linger, we emerged stronger and united, having faced the terrors of the unknown together. The sinister mist had tested us, but we had braved its malevolent presence and returned to the realm of the living, forever changed by the supernatural forces that had woven their web around. I set off on a solo hiking trip, eager to immerse myself in the tranquil embrace of nature. The trail beckoned me with its winding path and the promise of breathtaking vistas. As I ventured deeper into the wilderness, the dense foliage surrounded me, creating an enchanting atmosphere that seemed to whisper secrets. The initial part of the hike was idyllic. Sunlight filtered through the canopy, casting a warm glow on the forest floor. The songs of birds filled the air, and the gentle rustling of leaves accompanied my every step. It was a serene symphony that played in harmony with my footsteps. But as the day wore on and I ventured further into the woods, the trail began to lose its clarity. The once obvious markers became obscured by encroaching undergrowth, challenging my sense of direction. Despite the slight unease creeping into my heart, I pushed forward, determined to explore the untamed beauty that lay ahead. It was then that I noticed a subtle change in the ambiance. The sounds of wildlife seemed to fade into silence, leaving only the sound of my own breathing and the occasional crackling of twigs underfoot. The forest grew still, as if holding its breath, and an inexplicable chill settled in the air. Curiosity battled with unease as I continued along the path, trying to retrace my steps. The whispering breeze carried faint voices that brushed against my ears, like echoes of forgotten tales. They were soft, barely audible, but their presence lingered, filling me with a growing sense of disquiet. Time lost its meaning as the sun sank lower on the horizon, casting elongated shadows that danced and twisted with an otherworldly energy. The once familiar surroundings took on a sinister edge, and my pace quickened with each step. I wanted to escape the encroaching darkness, to find my way back to safety, but the forest seemed to conspire against me. The trail became an enigmatic labyrinth, leading me in circles and blurring the line between reality and nightmare. Every turn I took seemed to lead deeper into the heart of the unknown, further away from the world I once knew. Fear clenched my heart, its icy grip tightening with each passing moment. I could almost feel the forest watching me, its ancient trees towering like silent sentinels, bearing witness to my predicament. Whispers surrounded me, their voices a haunting chorus that pricked at the edges of my sanity. Exhaustion threatened to overcome me, both physically and mentally. But then, through the thick foliage, I stumbled upon a small clearing, a brief respite from the claustrophobic embrace of the forest. A dilapidated cabin stood at its center, its decaying timbers exuding an aura of forgotten secrets. Reluctantly, I approached the cabin, the door creaking ominously as I pushed it open. Inside, the air was heavy with a musty scent, tinged with a touch of something more sinister. The walls seemed to whisper tales of past occupants, their voices a chorus of sorrow and despair that seeped into my very soul. Uneasy, and with a growing sense of foreboding, I retraced my steps, determined to escape the clutches of the cabin's haunted presence. The forest fought against my departure, shadows elongating and twisting, as if reaching out to grab hold of me. But fueled by sheer willpower, I broke free from its grip. Finally, I emerged from the woods, the sight of sunlight and open space bringing tears of relief to my eyes. I collapsed onto the familiar trail, battered and haunted by the experience.